The indie farming hit Stardew Valley, where stylish pixel graphics will hook you as you build your perfect farm, is just one of the excellent titles available to play now on Apple Arcade. Enjoy unlimited access to over 200 incredibly fun games with no ads and no in-app purchases. From puzzle and adventure games to sports, racing and multiplayer action games, everyone can count on finding something to love. Head to sifter.com.au/arcade to start your free trial of Apple Arcade today. That's sifter.com.au/arcade for a free 1-month trial of Apple Arcade, and you'll be supporting independent video games journalism. This offer is for new subscribers only, $9.99 a month after free trial. Plan automatically renews after trial until cancelled.
SIFTER.com.au.
Hi, I'm Fiona Bartholomeus.
And I'm Naomi Jackson.
Welcome to Walkthrough, SIFTER's weekly recap on the biggest news in video games.
This week, is physical media finally dead? Sony says yes for PlayStation games, Nintendo gives updates on 2 much-loved franchises, and the drama is finally over behind the scenes of Subnautica 2 between developers and publishers Unknown Worlds and Krafton. Here's the news for Sunday the 5th of July, plus all the upcoming games launching this week. Let's go!
Join the SIFTER community on Discord at sifter.com.au/Discord.
Well, the canary in the coal mine has well and truly died. This week, Sony announced that it will no longer be releasing new PlayStation games on physical discs from January 2028. In a blog post, Sony said, as consumer preferences and the broader industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, this transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. The news hit only days after the announcement that Grand Theft Auto 6 will be released only in digital formats, with no physical release on the horizon.
Yikes. It sucks big time. But why? Well, there's a few reasons, but for most gamers, it's the combo of a lack of ownership over their purchases and the difficulty for historians, collectors, and museums to be able to preserve those digital game releases into the future. Video Game History Foundation's Frank Cifaldi released a statement on Blue Sky, stating that Sony's decision was a hit to customer rights, the resale market, and games creators. Video Game History Foundation's Frank Cifaldi released a statement on Blue Sky, stating that Sony's decision was a hit to consumer rights, the resale market, and games creators.
Not only that, but Sony has also announced that more than 500 Studio Canal movies and TV programs that were available on the PlayStation Store would no longer be accessible and removed from any customers' libraries from September 1st this year.
Can you see where we're going with this? If there aren't any discs for your favorite games and all you pay for is a digital license, there's nothing to stop games licenses being removed too when a store gets shut down. It's a grim sign for the future of the industry as we head towards a discless PlayStation future in 2028. Time to buy them discs while you still can. When in doubt, you can generally trust Nintendo not to shaft their fans. A Splatoon Direct this week saw the announcement of Splatoon Raiders, a solo-focused ink shooter splatting its way to the Switch 2 exclusively later in July. It's got the beloved goopiness of a Splatoon title, but with the new focus on a solo story, and I am really excited to get inked up and splat right in.
It's such a fantastic line.
I love it.
Nintendo also dropped a pretty massive update for Mario Kart World, racing the game into 1.7.0. The new update adds a new photo mode, 2 new knockout rallies, and pushes loads of quality of life updates. These may just be little updates, but after a week of console letdowns, it's nice to know Nintendo are still listening to what fans really want. If anyone is going to hold on to physical releases for years, it's Nintendo.
Hell yeah.
The drama between publisher Krafton and Subnautica 2's development company Unknown Worlds is finally coming to a close. Both Krafton and Unknown Worlds Entertainment have decided to settle with an agreement and dismiss all further legal proceedings. The years-long legal dispute was over a $250 million earnout payment that Krafton would pay Unknown Worlds if they hit a certain revenue milestones for the game. Former shareholders of Unknown Worlds Entertainment allege that Krafton intentionally sabotaged the game's release to avoid paying the earnout by deliberately forcing the game to be delayed.
According to reporting from Bloomberg, as part of the new settlement, the multi-million-dollar earnout will now be redistributed, meaning that every employee at Unknown Worlds will now receive a bonus and a piece of that money pie. Although, as part of the settlement, CEO Ted Gill has resigned following his firing and eventual reinstatement earlier this year after the court order. He said that they mutually agreed to part ways, and a new leadership is the best way for the studio to move forward. Subnautica 2 has been doing really well since its release in May, so it's good to hear the developers are getting the dues they've earned. That's it for the headlines. Here are the games coming out this week.
Moonlight Peaks is a cute little game where you play as a vampire in a world reminiscent of Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Plant crops to grow your own potion ingredients, learn how to cast spells, and maybe you can even find romance with one of the town's magical inhabitants. Moonlight Peaks is available on July 7th for Switch and PC.
Time to set sails and get ready to jump back into the world of Assassin's Creed with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. The remake of the popular 2013 release is finally here. Players can once again step into the boots of pirate Edward Kenway with upgraded gameplay, visuals, and brand new story content. It's out on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on July 9th.
And get ready to download into cyberspace as last year's breakout hit, Digimon Story Time Stranger, finally lands on the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. The monster taming RPG was a universal hit with critics when it was released last year. Collect and raise your Digimon to save the world on July 10th.
Articles to read,
Videos to watch,
and podcasts to listen to.
SIFTER.com.au.
This has been Walkthrough by SIFTER. My name is Fiona Bartholomeus.
And I'm Naomi Jackson. Thank you so much for listening.
Now that you've reached the end of Walkthrough, why not check out our games review show, Drop Rate? Hosted by Carl Paletto, it features great games journalists sharing their thoughts on the newest games, like Tomodachi Life Living the Dream and Motor Slice. Search for SIFTER Drop Rate in your podcast player now and look for that green icon. That's SIFTER and Drop Rate.
SIFTER is produced by Fiona Bartholomeus, myself, Kyle Paletto, Jordan Templar, Chris Button, and Adam Christo. Mitch Lowe is senior producer and video editor, Kat John is senior and social producer, and Gianni DiGiovanni is SIFTER's executive producer and script editor.
Thanks to Brian Fairbanks from Salty Dog Sounds for composing the Walkthrough theme tune, and Audio Technica Australia and Apple for their support of SIFTER's podcast.
We'll be back with more news next Sunday. See you then. Hi, I'm Naomi Jackson, and on Lightmap SIFTER's interview podcast, I spoke to Edmund McMillan, creator of Binding of Isaac, about Mugenics, his cat breeding game.
It's like, yeah, that's a point of the goddamn game. Like, it's whatever you assume, whatever you're thinking, the worst things that you're thinking, that's the point. My go-to still is like, it's like D&D with cats, and I think that that's the best way to kind of sell it without wrapping it up framing it too harshly into this little box. I mean, I think it's the best way to sell it. Like, if I try to say it's like something, it's really not. Like, I could say it's like XCOM, but I don't think that people who would gravitate towards a game like that would necessarily like this, and vice versa. So it's hard to say. You can expect a unique experience that's not really like anything else.
You can get every episode of Lightmap for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or on our website, sifter.com.au.